Hello and welcome back to the Mystery Theories. On tonight's episode, we will look at 5 reasons the mitochondrial Eve study of the 90s disproves Darwinism and supports the ancient alien theory. If you love this topic, please like and subscribe for more content like this. Rethinking evolution. Did the mitochondrial Eve study disprove Darwinism and reveal an Anunnaki blueprint? In the early 1990s, a quiet revolution rippled through the scientific community. One that began not in the dusty trenches of an archaeological dig, but deep inside the spiraling strands of our own DNA. The discovery of mitochondrial Eve, a common ancestor from whom all modern humans descend on their mother's side, seemed to reaffirm the out of Africa hypothesis. Yet, beneath the surface of this genetic revelation lies a question far more unsettling. What if this genetic bottleneck doesn't confirm Darwin's slow and steady evolution, but actually disproves it? Darwinian evolution, for over a century, has taught us that humanity is the product of countless small mutations, slowly sculpting ape-like ancestors into upright, thinking beings over millions of years. But mitochondrial Eve throws a wrench in this neat narrative. If every human alive today descends from one woman who lived a mere 150,000 to 200,000 years ago, why do we appear to have no obvious transitional ancestors in the fossil record from just before that time? Why do we as Homo sapiens emerge so suddenly, and so perfectly equipped with language, culture, abstract thinking, agriculture, and the ability to build civilizations? Could it be that we didn't evolve in the traditional sense, but were engineered? And if so, by whom? Enter the Anunnaki, the gods of ancient Sumerian mythology. Beings described as descending from the heavens in fiery ships, wielding impossible knowledge, and, most intriguingly, creating humankind in their own image. Could the mitochondrial Eve study actually point toward an ancient genetic experiment? Could Eve have been the prototype, the first genetically modified human, carefully designed by an advanced species for a purpose long forgotten? Let's explore 5 compelling ways in which the mitochondrial Eve study not only challenges Darwinism, but may also point to the intervention of the Anunnaki as the true architects of Homo sapiens. 1. The mystery of the missing link. Why did Homo sapiens appear so suddenly? The mitochondrial Eve study revealed that modern humans trace their maternal ancestry to a single woman within a narrow time window. But Darwinian evolution predicts gradual change, not sudden leaps. So where are the fossils showing our transition from Homo erectus or even Neanderthals into fully modern Homo sapiens? Why is there no clear physical evidence of such a transition in the last 200,000 years? It's as if one day we were not here, and the next, we were. Could this abrupt appearance point not to random mutation, but to intentional design? Were our ancestors altered, modified, or even replaced entirely by beings with the capability to manipulate genetics? 2. Mitochondrial DNA, a genetically engineered time capsule? Mitochondrial DNA is passed down exclusively through the mother, and changes very slowly over time. It doesn't recombine like nuclear DNA. To a bioengineer, this would be the perfect genetic material to create a stable, traceable bloodline, one that could be monitored and refined through generations. Could the Anunnaki have deliberately modified a hominid species, perhaps Homo erectus, or a pre-human primate, using their own genetic blueprint? Could mitochondrial Eve represent the successful outcome of generations of failed attempts to create a sentient, functional, and obedient worker species? And if so, what does that say about our purpose? Are we nature's greatest triumph, or someone else's greatest experiment? 3. Ancient texts align with modern science, accident or echo of truth. The ancient Sumerians were among the first human civilizations to record their myths and history on clay tablets, many of which tell of the Anunnaki, sky beings who came to Earth to mine gold, and eventually created humanity to serve as their labor force. According to the Atrahasis and Enuma Elish, the gods mixed their divine essence with that of an earth creature to fashion mankind. Now consider this. Sumerian accounts place this act of creation at roughly the same period identified by geneticists as the time of mitochondrial Eve. Is this just an astonishing coincidence? Or have we overlooked the possibility that myth is memory, the fragmented recollections of an ancient truth, distorted by time but preserved in legend? Could our DNA, and the timing of our appearance, be the smoking gun of this cosmic event? 4. The explosion of human intelligence, too fast for evolution. In the blink of an evolutionary eye, humans went from primitive tools to building pyramids, crafting astronomy, engineering temples aligned with star systems, and debating philosophy. Where did this leap come from? Our closest relatives, chimpanzees and bonobos, still live as they have for millions of years. Why did only we take off like a rocket? Is this leap explainable by slow mutations, or by an outside force accelerating our brain development? If the Anunnaki infused their own intellect into us, or manipulated the expression of latent genes, it could explain the rapid emergence of traits like self-awareness, moral reasoning, and language. Could the divine spark, described in myth, be literal genetic code? 5. Genetic oddities and junk DNA, a message, or a blueprint? To this day, we still don't fully understand our own genome. A significant portion of human DNA is labeled as non-coding or junk, segments that don't produce proteins but may have regulatory or unknown functions. Why would evolution keep so much genetic waste, or is it waste at all? Could these sequences be remnants of ancient programming, now dormant? Could they be genetic locks, waiting to be unlocked? Or even messages from our creators? And why do some genes in the human genome seem suddenly unique, appearing in Homo sapiens but not in Neanderthals or Denisovans? Is that a natural fluke? Or evidence of intelligent modification? Are we who we think we are? The mitochondrial Eve study, at first glance, seems to uphold evolutionary theory. But the closer we look, the more it seems to undermine the very assumptions it was meant to support. It raises more questions than answers. Why is there no smooth fossil trail leading to us? Why does our intelligence appear out of nowhere? Why does our DNA contain so many mysteries? And perhaps most provocatively, why do the oldest written texts of our civilization describe our creation by sky beings who possess the knowledge of the gods? We are taught to dismiss myth, to revere Darwin, to believe in a slow, accidental ascent from the apes. But what if our origins are not the result of randomness, but of a forgotten chapter of cosmic engineering? What if mitochondrial Eve wasn't just the first woman, but the first creation? Are we the children of stardust, or the legacy of ancient gods? Until we dare to answer these questions with open minds, the true story of humanity may remain sealed in our DNA, a code we have yet to decipher. Maybe it's time to rethink the ancient stories from biblical times, and even thousands of years before that. Maybe it's time to see the truth in our cultural connections, in our similar tales of gods creating mankind, instead of fighting or killing each other for cultural differences. Isn't it enough that we all share a sense of brotherhood, knowing the mitochondrial Eve study proves we are all connected and related to each other in some way? Thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe for more content like this from the Mystery Theories.